fifth question. It indicates, let's say, what is hate speech? The hate speech was defined by the Supreme Court in Pravasi Bhalai case 2014. And hate speech means any such speech which results into marginalization of any such group by any such section, by any group, and that can be derogatory, that may result into ostracization, and it can prepare a groundwork for major attack and delegitimization. So any such, let's say that speech which results into marginalization of one such group by another group, and that can prepare a groundwork for major attack, including delegitimization of that group. And extreme case, it may result into genocide. So that is called hate speech definition by Pravasi Bhalai case of Supreme Court. So this you can start. Although there are various sections in our country which deal with, say, hate speech, section 153, we can say, so section 153 and A and B. 153 A and B, 298 we can consider, 505 we can say. So there are various sections which deal with hate speech, but they do not properly define what is hate speech. Rather it is the Supreme Court which has defined in Pravasi Bhalai case. This is one. After that, then you have to write the recent developments. So see in the model answer some recent developments of hate speech here and there. There have been. The most important has been which has been gone to Supreme Court. It is sub judice also. So Dharm Sansad meeting in Uttarakhand, and there they are giving an open call to take arm against a particular community. So it is sub judice. There are various other cases that we should tell. Now thereafter, after writing this hate speech, you should write hate speech, give some sections, etc. Then you should talk about the context. Then you relate with hate speech. Hate speech and this Article 19(1)(a). This. And this relation should be. So then you should talk that whether it is related. Now here let's say that first you should talk fundamental rights are not absolute. They are subject to reasonable restrictions. Reasonable restrictions by let's say that clause 2, and those can be related to public morality, security, public order of the state. This you can say. The public order, security, public morality, that can be the basis for its regulation. This. Next is called, even the, let's say, philosopher, let's say Voltaire, he said, I can die defending the someone's right to speak, but I cannot defend what the person says. It means what we say, that may not have the, let's say that protection, but our freedom to speak, right to speak, a right to freedom of expression can be one such inalienable right. So there can be reasonable restriction. Now let's say that whether is it allowed hate speech under freedom of speech? So there can be different scenario, let's say that. Different scenario you can say that in our country, let's say if you take Sweden, so there is Quran burning. The Quran burning case. So whatever you say, it is absoluteness. Right. Even let's say act of Quran burning, which is a hatred against a particular religion, but it has been allowed by the state. It is absolute. But let's take India. India follow this. It means if any speech that is defined as hate speech, this here, there can be subject to reasonable restriction. It can be subject to reasonable restriction, and that is how, let's say, Supreme Court has intervened and it has spoken, even in Amish Devgan case. So way forward, and there you can write about Amish Devgan case, what Supreme Court has spoken. See in the model answer what way forward has been written. So that should have been the, let's say, their approach in this answer. And we have asked because you have been expecting a question from this perspective, since it has legality. Here you have the legality. Because of that we can consider. And that is how we should take it.